Nobody tells you these things until you're in the transaction. If you're moving to the Tampa Bay area in 2026, your real decision is in Tampa versus some city 3 hours away. And there are things that work differently than they do the rest of the year. Builders around the Tampa Bay are quietly handing out tens of thousands of dollars in incentives to get you to buy. And picking the right one for you is the difference in real money. Almost nobody's putting these facts in the same video, but today I am. I'm Tamily Abdo, local real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area with eXp, and right now my team helps people land in the right community every single time, and we negotiate these incentives for buyers constantly. So quick note, every price is an estimate, and the new communities and their offers move fast, so always confirm the current number. First, the headline numbers, and remember, these are just estimates and they move month to month. First up, Hillsborough County. That's Tampa proper plus suburbs like West Chase and Brandon. The medium single family home is hovering just above $420,000. Now Pinellas, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater. And here's where most videos get wrong. For a single family house, Pinellas is actually the most expensive of the three. The local Realtor Association's data puts the single family medium around $475,000 as of May. And my wild card, because I tell you this, if you were my buyer, if you work in Tampa but want maximum house for your dollar, Pasco County, just north, runs in the low 400,000, and that's lower than Hillsborough for comparable space. Pinellas is a peninsula, so St. Pete and Clearwater have more coastline per square mile, more homes where flood insurance is required. But this is property by property, never city by city. Plenty of Pinellas sits high and dry, and some expensive Tampa streets don't. So before you write an offer anywhere, you ask for three things: the flood zone, the elevation certificate, and a full insurance quote. So we're talking homeowner's insurance plus flood insurance. And you get this before you decide to write an offer. Screenshot that. On some coastal properties, it swings your monthly payment by hundreds of dollars. Same house, different answer. And remember, I'm a real estate professional, not an insurance mortgage company. So get real numbers from licensed insurance agents and your lender. Full breakdown in the hurricane season episode. All right, let's talk about the incentives, because on new construction, this is the entire game. Here's the thing to understand. A builder hates dropping the sticker price because that lowers the comps for the entire community. So instead, they move on incentives. Same benefit to you, different mechanism. And right now, those incentives are big. There are 4 kinds that you can ask for. You can ask for a rate buy down, where the builder puts money towards points to get you a lower interest rate. Sometimes this is worth thousands of dollars. Number 2, design center or closing cost credits. They often are up to about $15,000, usually when the finance through the in-house lender that the builder provides. Number 3, look and buy travel credits, where you get reimbursed for your trip up to a few $1,000s if you decide to buy after your visit. And number 4, for quick move-in discounts on homes that are already built and sitting in inventory. The moment a tropical storm or hurricane gets an official name from the National Hurricane Center and threatens Florida, most insurance companies hit pause, and it's called a binding moratorium. They temporarily stop issuing new policies and stop making changes to existing ones until the storm passes. Now, here's why that matters to you as a buyer. Your lender will not let you close without an active homeowner's insurance policy in place. If you do not bound your policy, that means no closing. So if a storm gets named 3 days before your closing date and you haven't locked in your insurance yet, you're not closing on time. The sky can be blue, the house can be perfect, but it doesn't matter. And here's the move. It's simple. Bind your insurance, early. The week your offer is accepted, your insurance shopping starts, not the week of closing. And most carriers will let you bind a policy with a future effective date. Your agent and your lender should both be pushing for this, and if they're not, you push them. Buyers who bind early sell through storm season. Buyers who wait learn this lesson the expensive way. If this is helping you build your shortlist, tap subscribe real quick. It helps more Tampa Bay buyers find these. Okay, round 5 is where your leverage lives. Let's get started. Round 5. Which market gives you the most negotiating power right now? Because 2026 is not 2021, and honestly, thank goodness. Across Tampa Bay, depending on the segment, we're sitting at around 4 months of supply. 6 months is considered balance, so we're still under that line. But buyers finally have more breathing room than they've had in years. One important nuance though, it's not even across the bay. So Pinellas single family is the tightest segment right now, closer to 3.7 months and leaning sellers, while condos and newer suburban homes have the deepest negotiating room. And remember, these are estimates that shift monthly. What it means in practice, what I'm seeing in my own transactions is that sellers are negotiating again. They're doing price reductions, repair credits, and closing cost help. Homes are sitting long enough that you can actually sleep on a decision. Where's the leverage the strongest? Generally, wherever inventory is stacked the deepest. So right now, that's newer suburban homes and condos. Condos are their own conversation, especially older coastal buildings. Association fees and milestone inspection costs come first, not fifth. If you're condo shopping in St. Pete or Clearwater, the budget review is step 1. Here's the good news nobody tells you. Hurricane season is one of the best negotiating windows of the year for Tampa Bay buyers. Think about who's shopping in July and August. Fewer out-of-state buyers fly in, some local buyers sit out until fall just in case. Meanwhile, sellers who list in summer usually need to move. We're talking job relocation, new construction, closing, life happening. Motivated sellers plus thinner competition equals leverage. And in 2026 specifically, that seasonal edge stacks on top of a market that's already friendlier to buyers than it's been in years. Those are estimates and they shift monthly, but the direction is real. So the move is use the season, don't fear it. Ask for the repair credit, ask for the closing cost contribution, and ask for the home warranty. The buyers who transact between June and November with the 5 protections we just covered routinely get terms that January buyers can only dream about. So preparation turns hurricane season from risk into an advantage. That's the whole episode in one sentence. Some time for Q&A. 3 questions buyers actually asked me this current month. Can the builder really knock down that much off, or is the incentive a gimmick? To be honest with you, it's real money, but you really need to understand and read the structure. The best incentives usually ride on using the builder's lender. So you weigh that rate and those fees against an outside quote. I always recommend to my buyers to always have comparables. Have an outside lender, compare with the builder, and see which one's gonna be the best deal for you. And no money is ever free. I'm sure that there's fees tied around to the incentives, and it could be higher closing costs or rates and things of that nature. Bring us in before you sign and we'll tell you which part of the offer is genuinely valuable and which part is just marketing. Question number 2, should I wait for prices to drop more? I don't predict prices, and nobody honestly does. I wish I had a magic ball so I could tell you when it would be the best time. What I can tell you is this, what's true today. There's more inventory, so that means there's more negotiating room, and sellers are helping buyers with costs in ways they wouldn't 2 years ago. The market you can verify beats the market you hope for. What if a storm is named during my closing week? I suggest to take a deep breath. If your insurance was already bound, then you're most likely fine and may close on schedule. If you're not, your closing extends under the contract language from the section 4 that we covered. So you close when the binding reopens once the storm passes. So this is exactly why we should prioritize unbinding our insurance once we go to contract, start shopping for that and get it done as quickly as possible. If you're thinking about buying a home in Tampa Bay this summer and you want a team that's closed through every kind of weather, call or text us. The number is 813-669-0857. The number's on the screen and below in the description. We'll walk you through your specific situation, cover all of these topics before you even write an offer. I'm Tamily Abdo, local real estate agent here in Tampa Bay area, and I look forward to seeing you on our next episode.